Welcome to Out of Home Insider. We're bringing you tips, tricks, and insider insights on how to optimize your advertising using the power of out of home. And tonight we're talking all about hiring. If having enough of the right people is holding back your organization, then this is an episode that you're going to want to stay tuned for. Definitely want to share with other folks inside of your organization because I'm going to unveil the 3 secrets. There's 3 very specific things that I've done as a brand strategist over several years across multiple industries that has proven every single time to generate results. We tested it on hiring, and we had one of our most successful events, the Eastern Pennsylvania Hiring Expo, as part of a combination, both the power of out of home, a different technique that hadn't been deployed previously. There are 2 things that are available to you, but before we talk about those fancy things and how great they work, we're going to talk about the steps you're going to need to take to get there to make sure that they work. And then we'll talk about whether or not those tools are right for you. So step 1, secret number 1, it's employee composition analysis. This is Pareto's principle. If you've ever heard of the 80-20 rule, it's absolutely a tried and true method. And what I would challenge you to do is this. Whether you're looking to hire one person, that right person in the C-suite, or you're looking to hire 100 people to be on the floor, part-time hours, full-time hours, overnight shift, morning shift, whatever the case may be, I need you to take an honest look at your employee composition. Who makes up the role that I'm trying to hire? Not for any other reason than we as marketers, this is how we quickly identify an audience. If a client came to me and said, hey, Tim, I want to find new customers, the first place I'm going to go to is his existing customers, because with the data available to you today, you can take that, expound it out, and say, hey, find me more people that look, feel, and act just like this. Now, you can do this without having any sort of special technology. Just be an intimately involved person in your company. Get to know the people. Get out there on the floor. Are they from a certain area of town? Maybe it's a transportation travel thing. We've got an employer that they are targeting specifically bus terminals because they can't compete on a pay scale with some of the other local warehouses and things like that. They can't compete there, but where they can compete is they can offer people great employment with access to public transportation. So for someone who's got a vehicle restriction, that might be something to consider, right? So the reason I bring that up is coming back to this composition analysis. Where are my people coming from? Is it a certain part of town? What's the average age range? The average range of this unit is 27 to 34 years old. 80% of them are females. Okay, great. Then I know that traditionally this has worked well for me. If it's working well for you, if you've got a dysfunctional business unit, maybe you're considering breaking that back down and building up around that. But the beauty of advertising is that the same way we bring a product to market, a brand to market, things like that, your job, that career opportunity within your organization is the same thing. It's the product. You are the product, right? The job is the opportunity. That's how important the employee composition analysis is. You need to know where 80% of your best people that are performing that role right now, who are they? Who are they? How old are they? Where are they from? Are they white? Are they black? Are they male? Are they female? This is just demographic composition. Who makes up the core of my audience? That's it. Because once you understand that, then you can get on to step number 2. That's your messaging audit. The reason so many hiring campaigns go out and fail is because they just go out and put up a sign that says, hang on, I think you're going to know what it says, but I'm going to write it out because it's holding you back every single time. It's the now hiring sign, the now hiring sign. Here's the bottom line. You need more. You need quantity of qualified candidates who stick around, right? Because if you can get good people who last more than 6 months, you can build your organization around that, right? Your turnover costs go down. Therefore, your advertising to fill those jobs goes down. You're a more efficient company if you can attract the right talent right out of the gate. The messaging audit is so important for that. Once you've identified that 80% in your employee composition analysis, go back and interview some of those employees about what they like, what they don't like about the job. It's a really great opportunity not only to give your employees a voice, but also for us as marketers to understand how we should start to position your company, start to position the opportunity, how we start to develop copy around the job. What are we going to do that speaks specifically to that audience, right? You've identified, hey, the core of my team is made up of these types of people. Maybe it's demographics, maybe it's psychographics, maybe it's behavior, maybe it's a composition. There's lots of great free personality assessments out there. That's a great way that you can start to hone in on that. And it depends what your needs are, right? So not spend too much time going back on that, but that's how important that first step is, because once we have that first step in place, it is going to determine how we go to market. What's our voice? What's our tone? What's our imagery? There is a lot more to this than this right here. And that's the really cool thing. That's the cool opportunity that you have available to you. And clients who are doing this are seeing the results. They're attracting away the top talent from your company. I worked with a collision center just the other day, needs technicians. Within 2 minutes, I was able to identify every collision center within a 30-mile radius and some of the best advertising opportunities near all of them. From there, we can get more granular, driving people back to your jobs page on the website, maybe to an employment video that tells a little bit more about the company. There's so many opportunities to turn advertising into more efficient hiring processes. The last thing is determining your delivery method, right? Step 1, employee composition analysis. Step 2, messaging audit. What are we going to say? Who are we talking to? What are we going to say? Once you've determined those two things, and you can do that with the help of someone who could offer something like a vertically integrated strategy, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but somebody that can offer you the type of consultation that we're talking about right now. Like if you're sitting on the other side of this and you're going, man, Tim, I wish there was just somebody I could talk to about it. You can leave me a comment below, send me a message. I love talking about this stuff. That's why I'm doing it at whatever time this is, chugging down some tea because I got to power through and do some more stuff. I really love talking about this. If it's an opportunity to help your business, obviously the trickle down to the economy, the local market, that's really important to me. So we've identified who we're talking to. We've identified what we're saying to them. We need to determine a delivery method. How are you going to get that message out into the market? And there's lots of ways to do it. You could do it on television. You could do it on streaming television, connected TV. You could do it on terrestrial radio. You could do it on satellite radio. You could do it with display ads, pre-roll ads, billboards. There's a ton of ways you can do it. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased. And I'm biased for a reason. You got to understand that my background is digital marketing. I have sold millions of dollars worth of digital marketing. And I can tell you I've not seen anything that is as effective for bringing down overall advertising costs as outdoor advertising is. And it doesn't always need to be billboards. It can be bus stops. It can be scooters. It can be at your favorite sports team as a sponsorship. It can be all sorts of different things. But it's pound for pound the most effective tool in your toolbox right now. TV is fragmented. Some markets are really tough to buy. Even if they were affordable, they'd be tough to buy multiple of. Okay, so then you look at something like connected TV. You can get super targeted, but you pay a premium for it. Cost per thousand basis, it's really hard to justify, but it is still a good opportunity to put your brand out there. Radio is still a player. If they've got your audience, then hey, it's a one-stop shop. I'm targeting this type of person. Guess what? 80% of their listeners are that type of person, then you're going radio. You got to do what makes sense for you. Satellite radio, Spotify, some of the streaming services, they offer some pretty unique and cool opportunities too. But time after time, Nielsen continues to come back and say, out of home, you are the champion, uncontested. Out of home drives more search engagement. People go into Google and say, hey, I'm looking for a job at this place I saw a billboard for. And finding you, it drives more of that than TV, radio, and print advertising combined on a dollar for dollar basis. So if you're going to spend $5,000 on TV, $5,000 on radio, and $5,000 on print, you could have just spent $5,000 on outdoor instead of 15. When I talk about efficiency, that's the type of opportunity that I'm talking about. It drives more social engagement, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those things. So again, depending on your market, where are people at? What are they doing? I mentioned at the beginning, I coupled a very unique technique with Facebook to the out-of-home campaign as part of a push for the Eastern PA Hiring Expo. It was one of the most successful events in the history. Now, why that's so important is because we are at all-time record low unemployment. So we had the second best turnout ever at the event in the lowest unemployment that we've ever seen. We're seeing great companies coming into the market, making huge capital investments, and everybody is competing for a position in the mind share of those job seekers, of those top-tiered performers, really, that we're all trying to recruit. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about how I can help you, how I can help your organization, again, just leave a message below. If you're listening to this, Spotify, iTunes, any of the places that you're listening to, go ahead and visit Out of Home Insider on Facebook and send me a message there. Or if you're a LinkedIn type, you're going to just go to linkedin.com/TRoweActual. I'm Tim Rowe. I'm loving talking to you guys about hiring. This has been a lot of fun, and hopefully it's added some value for you. If it has, like, comment, share, do all those things. Really appreciate the support. We'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.